Hi, Brent Abel here, WebTennis. Let's go through a couple of quick drills here to help you improve your first volley. And that first volley is when you play a shot right around in here. It's slightly behind the service line, a little bit further than halfway between the baseline and the service line in here. And this drill is really to help you actually improve your serve. And if you look at the blog post, you'll see those three plus a fourth bonus reason why when you improve your first volley, your serve's going to get a whole lot better too. So, drill number one is where you start about 3 feet inside your baseline, and you've got a feeding partner over here with the basket of balls. And the way I like to do this is to have the feeder show you the ball and then drop it so it actually hits the court on a bounce, comes up, and then they play it right to you. And right as they are bouncing the ball, as soon as that ball hits the court, you can step forward as it goes out of their hand, and right when it hits the court, I want you to split step right here. And wherever the feed is, let's say you're right-handed and it's coming over here to your backhand side, I want you to move up in this area here and play this as a transitional type of first volley. Let's have your target over here being cross court. But, a couple things that you want to work on is that, number one, you do not want to run through the shot. Doesn't mean that you don't want to move through it, but, you don't want to just start here and as the ball's getting dropped and the feeder's about to hit it, you just keep moving through it. I want you to go through this sequence of starting, split stepping, and then reacting to wherever the ball is, so you line up spatially. You line up the right point of contact. Let's say it's going to be somewhere in this area here, and as you play this, I want to see you move through the ball, kind of nudge it with your body weight over towards this target, and then when you're done, right when it gets to that target, go ahead and split step a second time, and then that drill is over. You now backpedal to this area here, and you've got to make sure that your feeding partner has the timing right, so they don't feed it too early, they don't feed it too late. They want to make sure you have enough time to get back in here, drop the ball again, and again as you see it drop in the court, split step, react to the spatial distance that the feed's coming, and then nudge your body weight through it. And this is really going to become sort of an anaerobic exercise where you're only going to be able to go for, it wouldn't surprise me if you go for 3, 4, 5, 6 balls max before you got to take a little break. That's fine. You guys can then switch roles where you now become the feeder and they become the player who's doing the drill. Now, the next drill, the second one I want you to work on, is where you start at the same spot. Actually, what I'd actually have you start back here in the baseline, and your feeding partner's got 3 balls. And the first ball is going to be an approach shot type of opportunity where you're going to move forward and you're going to play the approach over here to the corner. You're now going to move up to that area that you did in the first drill. Have your feeding partner ready to go again for a second ball. Work on this first transitional volley, and again, go ahead and play it back to that corner. And now I want you to move up inside the service line, and the next ball from your feeding partner is going to go either backhand, it's going to come right at you. Maybe it's a forehand if you're right-handed. And again, you can now play this shot to the opposite side. You can play it back to the feeder. I don't want the feeder playing the shots that you hit, because it's too hard to control the drill when you do that. So that's a 3-ball drill. After that third ball, again, I want you to backpedal back to the baseline and just restart the drill. This is even more anaerobic than the one before. So, again, it's not going to surprise me if you can only go for 3, 4, 5 times before you have to take a break. That's fine. But the whole purpose of this is to make sure that you start feeling really comfortable with this this first volley in this area of the court. You're not thinking that you got to hit a great shot. You don't have to hit a winner, but you want to really try to get consistent with trying to play it to a corner. And once you get good at this side, fine. Go ahead and reverse this situation. You now got the feeder on that side, you got the basket over there, and you take your and then you take your let's see, we're trying to get the cone over here. You take your target over there. But you get the idea. You know, and there are times when you could also have the cone right here in the middle, because there are a lot of players where you don't want to give them angles from outside of the corner. You want to really force them as you're coming in to have to deal with balls that are played right up the middle. A lot of players spatially don't get away from the ball as well there as they might out in the corner. So work this drill. You know, have fun with it. Couple times a week, 15 to 20 minutes a session, and I guarantee you that this transitional first volley right in here is going to get a lot more comfortable. And once you get more comfortable with that first volley, guess what happens? Your serve gets so much better because you relax more. You're not worried about that first volley. You're not rushing through your service motion in hopes that you get way up here. And so you take more time with the good serve fundamental mechanics. All those things work in sync, and the next thing you know is, you know, your first serve percentage goes up, and it's all good. Any questions, any comments, right below in the comments area of the blog. Looking forward to helping you. Have a great day out there.